Newcastle fans, hold on tight because a bombshell is coming straight from Paris. One of the most important names in our midfield has become a target for European giants, and the movement promises to be heated. There are clubs willing to open their safe havens to try and lure one of the pillars of Eddie Howe's team from St. James's Park, but Newcastle's board is already working behind the scenes with a game-changing plan. So, like and subscribe now, because this story promises to be a hot topic. Paris Saint-Germain has decided to fully enter the race for Sandro Tonali and may submit an official offer in the coming days. According to the Italian press, the French club, current Ligue 1 and Champions League champions, sees the Magpies number 8 as the perfect asset to bolster Luis Enrique's squad. And it's not just PSG that's keeping an eye on the situation. Juventus, eyeing a possible return to Italy for the midfielder, is also monitoring the situation. The difference is that the Parisian side appears willing to act quickly and forcefully to try to convince Newcastle. Sources close to the French club speak of a surprise offer already being prepared to land on Tyneside, but the truth is that Tonali is now untouchable in Howe's squad. Since returning from his suspension, the midfielder has become a regular starter, a symbol of dedication and loyalty to the club that financed his signing and supported him during the most difficult time of his career. He has played 7 Premier League games and 2 Champions League matches this season, with solid performances and a direct influence on the team's rhythm. It's worth remembering that Tonali is no ordinary player. At 25, he is the most expensive Italian midfielder in history. Newcastle paid Milan $55 million in 2023. And since then, he has earned every penny. This season alone, he has 6 goals and 3 assists in 45 appearances, figures that place him among the most productive midfielders in the Premier League. Even English football legends recognize this. Manchester United legend Paul Scholes has already declared Tonali the best midfielder in the Premier League right now, and he's not saying it lightly. The Italian has become a benchmark for intensity, technique, and personality, exactly the kind of player Magpies fans identify with. Within the club, the order is clear. Tonali is not for sale. New sporting director Ross Wilson has taken over with the mission of strengthening the squad and retaining key players. According to journalist Dean Jones, one of the board's first orders of business is precisely discussing Tonali's contract renewal. Wilson wants to reward the player not only for his performance on the field, but also for his attitude off it. The idea is to extend his current contract, which runs until 2028, with a salary increase and performance bonuses, a clear sign that Newcastle intends to shield their star player from European pressure. What's more, the internal assessment is that PSG and Juventus currently lack the financial space within the fair play framework to meet the amount Newcastle would ask for. The English club is in no rush and is aware of its market power. After seeing Liverpool land Isak for a fortune last summer, the board doesn't want to repeat the same scenario. Another factor in Newcastle's favor is Tonali himself. Sources close to the player assure that he and his representatives greatly appreciate the support they received during his suspension. The club not only kept the player close to the group, but also offered the entire structure for his recovery and reintegration. This gesture created a relationship of trust that will be difficult to break. Therefore, the midfielder is unlikely to force an exit. On the contrary, there is optimism within the club that a new deal will be reached before the end of the season, solidifying Tonali as one of the pillars of the PIF's long-term project. While trying to secure Tonali, Newcastle is also making moves to avoid being left behind. The club is keeping an eye on market opportunities, including young talents like Manchester United's Kobbie Mainoo, who could be an option in January if the board decides to strengthen the midfield. Furthermore, there is ongoing monitoring of a Barcelona star who could be available in 2026, showing that Newcastle wants to continue playing at the top, not selling its best players, but attracting big names. So fans, the message is clear. PSG can dream, Juventus can try, but Newcastle isn't willing to let go of a player who has become a symbol of rebuilding and ambition at St. James's Park. Tonali is the Magpies' present and future, and the board seems determined to prove it with a new contract worthy of what he represents. If you believe Tonali should remain the heart of our midfield for many years to come, leave a like and comment below. What would you do if an absurd offer arrived for him? Would you sell or hold on to the star at all costs?